I'm Lloyd from Bumstead Bicycles, and here at our shop we carry a few different brands of electric bikes, and today I wanted to do a comparison of two of our top sellers of e-bikes. We're going to do the Townie Go 7D and the Aventon Pace 500. You'll notice on the two I'm doing today, both are step-through frames. Both make comparable bikes in a traditional standard frame, but I just happened to grab these two today, and we tend to sell a lot more step-throughs than we do standards, believe it or not. So I'm going to start with the Townie. It is a 250 watt electric bicycle. They're new for, I think, this year. The battery is now integrated into the frame, not easily removed. You would need a mechanic to remove it. Charges here at the frame. Battery is in the frame, and again, non-removable. Not a deal breaker by any means. Some people like the sleek and the fact that they just don't ever have to deal with it. I do have some customers that prefer to be able to remove their battery to charge it in the house versus on the bike. Pros and cons to both, but this particular model comes with a 7-speed drivetrain from Shimano, Townie derailleur, which is their entry-level derailleur from Shimano, but not too bad. Nice chain guard, metal chain guard on the bike. So, and as I said, it is a hub drive motor. It is only 250 watts. So great for cruising the boardwalk, flat ground kind of stuff. Don't know that you're going to have a whole lot of power for the hills. Next would be brakes. They are a disc brake, and a cable disc brake. So again, not a bad disc brake, basic cable. One of the things, if you're not familiar with, the Townies are known for their foot forward design. And what that means is that the pedals are set further forward on the bike so that you can touch the ground flat-footed and still get proper leg extension. So again, cruising around, very light recreational riding, just an awesome, comfortable bike. Control on this bike, real basic. You've got a power button. It shows how much of a charge is on, and then you have your different levels of assist, from no to 1, 2, and 3 levels of assist. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple design. Shifting done with a grip shift style, so it's a twist shifter. Again, made by Shimano. There's the Townie. And again, we sell a lot of these to people just kind of light recreational riding. They like the idea of that flat foot. They like just the simplicity of the bike. And fairly lightweight at 44 pounds, not too heavy either. So not as critical that you remove the battery because the bike is not too heavy. Move over to the Aventon. So both of these bikes similarly priced. I know Aventon just put this model on sale, so even less money than the Townie. Again, rear hub motor design. Here you have a 500 watt motor compared to on the Townie a 250 watt motor. So if you're a heavier rider, you live somewhere with some bigger hills, that extra horsepower definitely going to help. Since we're at the back, this is a 8-speed versus 7-speed on the Townie, and also a step up in rear derailleur. You might notice just a higher quality derailleur, so it's going to last longer, have a little more positive shifts, especially if you're climbing a hill or something and you're under load. Just going to be a higher quality rear derailleur. Also, the Aventon has a built-in light system with brake lights. So right now lights aren't on. If I touch the brake lever, brakes come on. Turn on lights. So you have front and rear running lights and brake lights on this bike. Townie, you'd have to add lights yourself. Next, braking system. Let's go over here. On the Aventon, you use a Tektro hydraulic disc brake. So on the Townie, it's a cable. On here, it's hydraulic fluid. So it works like power brakes on your car. You don't have to squeeze harder in order to apply more pressure to the brakes. So better stopping power. So both stop well. On the cable brake, you have to squeeze the lever harder. Here, it's just lightly pulling harder. And so again, higher quality disc brake compared to the Electra. And we move up to the control panel. Here you have a color display. Again, like the Electra, shows battery charge here, and they've got it in a graphic and in a percentage. You also have a speedometer, tells you how fast you're going. You have like a full cycle computer with trip distance, odometer, and also average speed, max speed. So quite a bit of information to go along with. And then your pedal assist modes. Here we have 5 different levels of assist. And a higher top speed. Might not be critical for most people, but the Townie top speed is 20. On this bike, top speed is 28 miles an hour under pedal assist. Another thing that this bike has that the Townie doesn't is a throttle. Sometimes you're out on a ride, you get tired, your legs are hurting, something happens, you don't want to have to pedal to get back. You can throttle it all the way home if need be. Have a lot of customers saying too, they'll use the throttle from a dead stop. Those initial first couple of pedal strokes to get back up to speed from a stop, they'll throttle to get the bike going and then go back into pedal assist mode. So a couple of advantages to having a throttle on your e-bike. Battery is mounted to the frame, but can be removed. You turn this key, the battery pops out and you can remove it from the frame. Advantages to that is the batteries weigh almost 8 to 10 pounds, so it would lighten it up for carrying the bike somewhere. Also, maybe you store your bike in the backyard in a tough shed and there's no electricity. You don't have to wheel the bike in to charge it. You can pop the battery out, take it in the house or garage and charge it. So gives you some more flexibility, but still streamlined and looks like part of the bike versus a bolt-on battery that looks like an accessory rather than part of the bike. This bike, not as pedal forward as the Townie. You're gonna sit a little more tiptoed with the seat at its proper height, but this bike was designed like a beach cruiser. It has an adjustable stem, swept back handlebars, so when you're sitting on it, rides very comfortable like the Townie, very beach cruiser or recreational riding. Again, the stem is pivot so you can adjust your handlebars to get the nice riding position. And again, both bikes a fairly wide, comfortable seat. So between the two bikes, you'd have to decide what's best for you. Very simple pedal forward design. Reliability of having Trek dealers all across the nation. Electra has been around for years. They're owned by Trek Bicycles, which is one of the biggest bike companies in the United States. They've got dealers all over the place. So with a lot of the e-bikes, that can be a concern. Where am I going to get it worked on? And there's Trek dealers in most communities. Aventon, also very good quality, sold in bike shops. Hasn't been around as long as these guys, not as many dealers. So there's pros and cons to each. You may live in an area where you can go and test ride the Electra and you can't the Aventon. So yes, this probably beats it on a spec basis, but you gotta look at where can I get one? Can I test ride it? Where's it gonna get serviced? You might, in test riding the two, you might prefer the throttle, the pedal forward design of this ride. So get out there, test ride both of them, and let me know in the comments what you think of the two bikes. I read all the comments and would love to hear from you. Thanks.